But what's really weird about this is next year, he'd have been playing a lot. He arguably would have been one of the star wide receivers, the top wide receivers at that. But hold on, it gets even worse. And for Ohio State to have this many guys leave within the span of 24 hours, you almost have to wonder, don't you, what is going on behind the scenes? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope you're having a great and fantastic Tuesday. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And I'm going to let you know right now, I hope you're ready for some drama in college football. As we all know, yesterday on Monday, the transfer portal officially opened up, and it's been hectic ever since. Just how hectic has it been, you may ask? Well, I'll present you with this number right here. In less than 24 hours, over 1,000 players entered the portal. What about that? That's got to be some type of record, but what we got to talk about in today's video, and we need to focus on this because this is somewhat slid under the radar with everything going on with the playoff controversy and all the other big-time news, but Ohio State has lost not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, not eight, not nine, not 10, not 11, but 12 players in less than 24 hours. There's no sugarcoating this. This is bad, and I have yet to see this ever happen in transfer portal history. I try my best not to overreact when guys enter the transfer portal, because every single year for your big-time schools like Texas, Oklahoma, Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Ohio State, Michigan, throw whatever big-time school you want in there, they always have about, I'd say, 13 to 18 guys leave. And that's all fine and dandy. But here's the big problem with Ohio State. They've already reached that number in less than 24 hours. So number one, everybody's asking the question, what's going on? And number two, you also get the sense and vibe that many more are going to leave behind those guys. And what would really concern me if I was an Ohio State fan isn't just the fact you got all these guys leaving, but it's more so of the caliber of players you have leaving. These aren't all just bench players. You had quite a few players who were playing and now they're leaving, including the newest and biggest one yet. 5-star wide receiver Julian Fleming, and this dude's a stud. We got to get to the bottom of this question right here, and there's an answer to it. Why are these guys leaving? We also got some other minor topics to speak on, including a new list of the top 10 quarterbacks in the transfer portal. This came out, and we're going to take a look at it. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but it's early December. It is going to be a jam-packed video, and real quick, we're trying to hit 310,000 subscribers before the end of the year. That's our goal, that's our mission, and it's relatively simple. If every single one of you watching this video right now, you subscribe, we get closer to it. We wouldn't hit it on this video, but we get slightly closer. And I'm not going to pander to you guys whatsoever. Whenever you subscribe to YouTube channels, it helps them out tremendously. And really, at least in my eyes, I think it's a win-win because you're benefiting a channel and also it doesn't cost you a dime. And if you decide in a couple weeks you hate my videos, you can always unsubscribe. You're not locked into some crazy contract. We would love for you to help us get to our goal. And if you don't want to, yeah, that's cool too. It is what it is. But all right, man, blah, shut the crap up. Now that further ado. Yes. All right, so first things first on the agenda today. Well, you know what? I guess we'll start with this. This is somewhat some meaningful news. It came out yesterday that Caleb Williams will not, let me clarify, will not be playing in the bowl game against Louisville. As always, this is a very controversial topic, and my stance on this has always been the same. It's strictly a business decision. I get it, and I don't hold it against these players for sitting out a meaningless bowl game, and I actually advocate for it because weirdly enough and ironically enough, I stated Matt Corral shouldn't have played in his bowl game because he would have been a first-round pick, and what happened? He got hurt, and he fell to the third round. But for me, I applaud him either way. If they want to sit down, I'm okay with it. If they want to play, I'm also okay with it. I respect their decision. It doesn't affect me to a single bit, and I've always been flabbergasted with the amount of people that get upset with players not playing in bowl games. As fantastic as a player I think Caleb Williams is, he's generational to say the least. I do somewhat question his, I guess you say, grittiness. Is that a good word for it? Or I'll give you a better phrase, his will to win, his at times passion for the game. Watching him this year, I didn't get the sense and vibe that football, it was everything. It was his entire life. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that, but to make a long story short, wasn't shocked when I heard this news. Moving along here though to our second topic. So we talked about this yesterday. Alabama's quarterback Tyler Buchner, he transferred from Notre Dame. He announced, and this didn't shock anybody, he's entering the transfer portal. But, and I have a really big but, this is what shocked everybody. He's not transferring for football. He's transferring for lacrosse. And guess what? It gets even better. You know where he's going to transfer? Back to Notre Dame. You can't make this crap up, man. What a story. Never seen anything like this in the sport of college football, and wishing you the best of luck, Tyler. And last but not least, taking a look at our third topic before we move on to the final topic with Ohio State. According to On3, here's the top 10 quarterbacks in the transfer portal. 10, you got Grayson McCall from Coastal Carolina. 9, you got Will Rogers from Mississippi State. At 8, you got Tyler Van Dyke from Miami. I think a lot of people are going to go after him. 7, you got DJ Ugabadoogie. 6, you got Kyle McCord. Some people think that's a little low. 5, we got Riley Leonard. 4, we got Dante Moore, the freshman from UCLA. 3, this shocked me. What about this? I forgot he was at 3. Will Howard, Kansas State's quarterback. 2, we got Dillon Gabriel. Number 1, I love this kid. We got Cam Ward. Man, oh man, what do y'all think about that? Now, me personally, I would probably put Kyle McCord over Dante Moore. Just because Kyle McCord looked way better than Dante Moore this year. I don't know how they came to the executive decision that they're putting Dante Moore at 4 and McCord at 6. And same thing for Will Howard. Me personally, I'd rather have Kyle McCord than Will Howard. As far as it goes for 1 and 2, I also think some people would flip-flop Gabriel and Cam Ward, but I don't have a problem with it. We could sit up here all day and talk about that, but we gotta get to move on to the main topic, the main encore, the main reason you clicked onto this video. What in the world is going on with Ohio State? Well, it's been a very eventful past 24 to 48 hours for this program and the fan base. Yesterday, the shocking news came out that Kyle McCord, he's entering the portal, and we already talked all about that. Whether he's leaving because he wants to leave or the coaching staff told him, hey, we're going to go after somebody else, that's up in the air. But like I just stated, we've talked all about that. If you want more information, go watch yesterday's video. Well, guess who also entered the portal yesterday from Ohio State? And I think this is just as significant as a loss as Kyle McCord. Ohio State's former 5-star wide receiver, and I think he's a star already, Julian Fleming, he entered the portal. For those of you who don't know, I've been keeping up with this kid ever since he was in high school. He was the number 3 recruit in the 2020 class. And the only reason he hasn't been playing a lot is because he's been sitting behind all those guys ahead of him. His numbers don't do it any justice, and I know they don't back it up, but I'm telling you, this dude's a stud. It's a similar situation in Jameson Williams. He just couldn't get playing time because all the other great wide receivers ahead of him. But what's really weird about this is next year, he'd have been playing a lot. He arguably would have been one of the star wide receivers, the top wide receivers at that. Because remember, Jameson Williams left because if he had came back the next year, he still probably wouldn't have played. Well, with Julian Fleming, that just wouldn't have been the case. So, yeah, it's somewhat of a head scratcher. But hold on. It gets even worse. And for Ohio State to have this many guys leave within the span of 24 hours, you almost have to wonder, don't you, what is going on behind the scenes? Make no mistakes about it, guys. And if you're new to college football, I'll let you know right now, this isn't normal, especially for a big-time program like Ohio State. This right here, what you're looking at, is all the guys, all the players who have entered the portal within the first 24 hours. 5-star wide receiver Julian Fleming, 5-star quarterback Kyle McCord, 4-star running back Evan Pryor, 4-star safety Cam Martinez, 4-star defensive end Omari Aber, 4-star linebacker Reed Carrico, 4-star safety Kai Stokes, 4-star cornerback Jair Brown, 4-star cornerback Ryan Turner, 3-star offensive lineman Jacob James, 3-star center/guard Vic Cutler, and the kicker Parker Lewis. I'm not going to hold you. Do I know all these players for Ohio State? No, I do not. Off the top of my head, though, I would say the 3 biggest losses on this list without Kyle McCord is definitely number 1, Julian Fleming. Number 2, I'd say Evan Pryor, the running back. And number 3, I'd say Kai Stokes. I also think a lot of people would say Jair Brown, the cornerback, he'd have played a lot for Ohio State. So my point is, you had about 3 to 4, maybe potentially 5 guys that would have played meaningful minutes next year. It's not looking good, and I'm still having a hard time trying to wrap my brain around what just happened. Because I'm asking myself this question. Is this going to be the new normal heading forward for all these big-time schools? Or is this just something that's happening to Ohio State currently? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. What do you think about this? Because what is the one argument everybody throws in there when they see a lot of guys enter the portal for one certain team? Oh, yeah, well, those guys are bench players. They didn't play anyways. Well, with this case and scenario, you can't use that argument. Not all these guys played, but 4 or 5 of these guys on this list, yes, they would have been playing a lot next year. But to answer the question I stated at the very beginning of this video as to why these guys are potentially leaving, I think there's multiple different answers and theories you could come up with. Number 1, the obvious one, is they want to play more. Number 2, you could throw this in there. They're tired of losing to Michigan. That's 3 straight. Number 3, and I think this is probably the most realistic reason as to why they're leaving, is there's something going on in the locker room. When you're winning, problems in the locker room, it really doesn't get brought up because you're winning. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. Winning solves everything. But when you lose, that's when all the problems start to come out. And last but not least, I could also believe this one because Ohio State fans have even admitted it. Their own fan base is toxic, and the players, they're tired of it. They're sick and tired of not being appreciated, and they want to go elsewhere where even if they do go, 11-1 or 10-2, they will be appreciated. I'll use this as an example. Ohio State's playing Missouri in their bowl game, and their fans, Missouri fans, they're very appreciative of them going 10-2. And yes, I get it. I know what you're going to say. Well, Matt, it's different standards. I understand that, but I'm just giving you an example of what these players are thinking about. And I've just given you 4 possible reasons as to why these players are leaving, and I'm sure there's many others we could talk about. It's mind-boggling and head-scratching. Hold on. You know what? Let's do this. I'll let you guys do what you want with this information. Let me know your thoughts down below about that. Robert!